And welcome back to yet another review by Zombill. What's up, my peeps? So now we got ourselves sort of like a local situation here because this shop, believe it or not, is pretty freaking close to me. They sent me a new line of drip stuff called Psychedelic Steam. Is it Psychedelic Steam? Yeah, Psychedelic Steam. And but this is from the vapespace.com. So you know how we roll, peeps. We're going to grab a quick tube. We're going to jump onto that website, get some pricing info. Then we're going to come back here and have ourselves a 3-flavor vape off. So let's grab that quick tube and we'll be on our way. And welcome to the brief online tutorial for Psychedelic Steam, which apparently, with every bottle that you buy, $1 gets donated to CASA, which is fabulous. But now, where are you going to get Psychedelic Steam? You will get Psychedelic Steam, or Steam, excuse me, from thevapespace.com. That's right, www.thevapespace.com. And this is the Vape Space's main website. And apparently right now, until the 12th, if I get this video up before then, they have 30% off all purchases by using the code BUNNYEGGS. And as you can see, Vape Space has 1 year, Psychedelic Steam, and V-Juice. So since we're here for Psychedelic Steam, they do carry 3 different flavors, which they have a sample pack for. And you can get the sample pack, all 3 flavors, for $24.99. Or you can get all 3 in 30 ml bottles for $44.99. And of course, those come in nickel strengths of 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12. Now, normal pricing for Psychedelic Steam is going to be a 15 ml bottle for $9.99 or a 30 ml bottle for $17.99. So let's look at what the pricing is for the V-Juice. The V-Juice is manufactured in an ISO 7 compliant laboratory. Just wanted to point that out. And apparently they have 3 different flavors for V-Juice, if I'm looking at this correctly. And they do have a V-Juice sampler, which again you can get all 3 in 10 ml bottles for $19.99 or all 3 in a 15 ml for $24.99, and of course 30 mils will be $34.99, and those come in nickel strengths of 0, 3, 6, 9, and 12. Now, regular pricing on the V-Juice starts at a 10 ml for $7.99, goes to $9.99 for a 15 ml, and a 30 ml will cost us $17.99. And that'll do it for a brief pricing tutorial on Psychedelic Steam. Now, back to the review. Before I get started, I must point out I did receive these free of charge for the purpose of conducting a review, but my opinion of the products will remain true, honest, and accurate as always. Now, to my knowledge, Psychedelic Steam only comes with 3 flavors right now. You know that could change, but they make it a point to know that this is lab grade e-juice, crafted right here in the good old STL, and it's supposed to be diacetone free, which I think is like acetone and diacetyl. Yeah, something like that. They've actually had testing done on it to make sure that it was what it was. At least that's what I read on their website, unless I read it wrong. But that's the big business card they sent. So all three of the labels are different. And this one here is called Solitude. Now, kind of looks like just like a meadow looking down from a mountain view. And of course on one side it says Psychedelic Steam, and they've got their ingredients over here. I do believe that these are going to be an 80 VG. Yeah, I can't really make out the rest of it. You know, I've reached that age to where I suffer from CSS. So I have Solitude loaded up in my Sega tank, which I have on my E-Cig version 9. This has a 0.5 ohm coil head in it, and we're going to be firing this at 35 watts, which will give us about 4.5 volts. Alright. This is a very delicious mango and melon type vape. Very spot on. It's a very mellow type vape. I think maybe the label on this happens to refer to the Mamas and Papas Afternoon Delight. That's the best I can gather from it. Flavor profile on this one, I'm going to have to give this, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. It's a very enjoyable all-day vape worthy. Throat hit, I'm going to give a mild, which is a 6 out of 10. And the vape production, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. So now we have Zeppelin. Look at the label on this one. That's kind of cool. Looks like there's a half-dressed chick on some sort of pillow. Or no, she's on a Zeppelin. Why didn't I think about that at first? It looked like a pillow, but then I seen the fins, and it's next to the word Zeppelin, so it should have registered with me. So I think that this is in essence to Led Zeppelin, maybe? The one that had the blimps on it. I think it might have been Zeppelin 2? Maybe it was Zeppelin 3. But I have that loaded up in my Stellar 26650, which I have twisted 30 gauge dual coiled, and it comes out to be a 0.37 ohms. And I have it on my Tesla 120 watt box mod, which we will fire at 63 watts, giving us 5 volts. Now this is every bit of a mellow vanilla tobacco. It, you know, I think it's trying to be like a tamer version of an RY4, but because it's got the vanilla in it, and see, I could swear I'm tasting bits of caramel too. Let me see here. I could swear I'm tasting caramel in there, so maybe it is an RY4 with just a touch of vanilla added to it, because it's going either way. It's interesting. This is the type of vape that if you vape it at one temperature, at does a certain thing. If you vape it at a different temperature, it does another thing. So, bearing that in mind, I give this flavor profile a 9 out of 10. Definitely all day vape worthy. I gotta say the tobacco side of this kind of reminds me of like a Turkish type tobacco. And the throat hit, I'm gonna give that a mild. Most times I find tobacco's a little harsher than a mild, but this one here is mellowed. That's why I think it might be a Turkish blend. And vapor production, I'm gonna give that a 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. Gypsy, and I believe that's a picture of that's either Jimi Hendrix or that crazy chick Grace Slick from what's that? Hold on, I know my rock and roll history here. See, they're known as Ship now, but they were Starship, and before that they were Jefferson Starship, and then they were Jefferson Airplane. Before that they were Airplane, and before that they were the Great American Society. So Grace Slick. It might be Grace Slick from back in the day, but then again it could be Jimi Hendrix, because they both kind of had the same wild look going about them. But I have that loaded up in my Joytech Delta 2, which I have the RBA in this. And I have that at a 1 ohm coil, which I'm firing at 30 watts, which will give me 5.5 volts. Oh, excuse me while I kiss the sky. This here is a custard, my peeps. And, you know, I know people out there are going to hate me for saying this, but this is one of the top 5 custards I've ever had. Flavor profile, I'm going to give this a 10 plus out of 10. All day long, all night long. Throat hit, I'm going to give that a mild, which is a 6 out of 10. And of course, the vapor production, I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 for consistency and plenty of it. So there you have it, my peeps. That's 3 of the Psychedelic Steam line, which came to me by way of the vapespace.com. Now, you can of course find Psychedelic Steam on their Facebook, and you can find the Vape Space on Facebook as well. So, you know, I gotta say, 3 very awesome juices. As Bill and Ted would say, party on, dudes. But I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube. And as always, my peeps and peepettes, happy vaping.